if you can get a pay per view on something like that, well, think about it. It was converting well, but I was basically hitting even. But now imagine I didn't have to pay 30 cents every time someone clicked on it, but I paid, let's say, 30 cents for every 1,000 impressions, or $1 for every 1,000 impressions. Well, if it's converting pretty well, then that's worth it. So those are, again, a little bit of just the very, very, very basic strategies of pay-per-click and what it means. And some people, they're all about pay-per-click, and their budgets can get up to 10, 20, 30, 40. I heard one guy talking about a $40,000 budget a month recently that he used in his pay-per-click campaigns. So anyway, that's pay-per-click in a nutshell. Again, there's so many more avenues to it, but that's the basic idea. And you're bidding on keywords, and then Google is basically telling you this is what you're going to need to pay to be on page one. So you'll get on page one. You get there in a minute if you want. Once they approve your ads, which sometimes could take a lifetime. But if once they approve your ads, you're on page one. But the point is it worth it being on that page one? Is it worth paying $12, $20, $30 a click for whatever particular product? So you want to find the ones that get you on page one that don't cost you that. And you run it and you see, and then you test it. And that's all pay-per-click is all about: running ads, split testing, trying different landing pages, trying all different types of things, and then figuring out what works, and then getting rid of what doesn't work and ramping up what does for the maximum profit. So there's a lot of campaigns that don't work, and there's a lot that do, and you just kind of have to play. And when you find ones that do, then you start putting more into those budgets. So that's number three. And that's social media. Now, social media is the newest one of them all, but social media, some argue, is the most powerful. Pepsi just recently took 40% of their ad dollars for the Super Bowl and put it into social media advertising. So it just shows you that, yeah, the trend is going towards that this is going to be a very powerful way of promoting your website as time goes on. I mean, it really, really is a powerful resource. I mean, if you go on Twitter and you just type in, need to lose weight, and you will see, well, there's a trick to this. You actually have to put need to lose weight in the Twitter search, and you have to put minus HTTP and minus www, and then all of a sudden, this, because the marketers, you're minusing that, meaning I want to see things without URL addresses. And that means because all the marketers, of course, are on Twitter as well. So you put minus HTTP minus www, right? Click, and you'll start seeing just hundreds of people. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. I have to lose weight. I need to lose weight now. I need to lose weight by this holiday. I have a wedding to go to. I need to lose weight. And it doesn't end. So you can imagine as a marketer how powerful that can be for you. Now, the thing about social marketing is it's very different than these other two styles of marketing, these other two approaches. Because if you're trying to get into the organic search engine, or you're trying to do pay-per-click, well, the two things right there, these are things that you're trying to compete on for people looking for your product, or looking for your service, or looking for whatever it is that you offer. So if I put in buy socks, it means I'm looking to buy socks, and it's pretty straightforward. But when I'm on Facebook and I'm interacting with friends, I'm not really interested in buying socks. So if I see an ad for one for buying socks, I might not click on it. I might not be interested. Probably won't be. So the idea with social media, it's a little bit different. How do we get into the conversation? How do we interact with people, and how do we give them value? I mean, this is not about tricking people, and then all of a sudden you're giving them some offer for some wacky hair growth product. It's about interacting and then feeling like you're giving value, because hopefully whatever it is, if you are starting a web business, you actually have some passion and belief in it. Because again, I don't think you'll go very far if you don't. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. If money drives you, maybe that's enough. But in the end, if you don't like the subject matter, if you don't have a passion for it or an understanding for it, well, I don't know. There's only so far you could go with it. So I think that having passion for something is really, really key, and I do hope that that's true. So what that does is make social media marketing a lot easier, because what you're doing is now you're talking to people about the subject that you care about and that you like, and you say, hey, guess what, did you know about this, and did you know about that? And then every now and then, yeah, you give them a little bit of information while you're blogging, while you're on the Twitter, the Facebook. It's like you give a little, hey, guess what, if you want to know more about that thing, go there, become the expert. And that's the whole thing with social media, is you want to become the expert in your group of followers, or whatever it is, or friends, or however you're using social media. YouTube, you want to be known as someone who's an authority on these particular subjects and services. So you see where that's going, and you see how powerful that can be. Like I'm showing you with Twitter. I mean, Google right now uses Twitter for their, for their Google Trends and for a lot of things to compile data, because they know that in that second, who's asking about losing weight, who's asking about hair growth formulas, who's asking about, any of these things, making money online or whatever it may be, or gardening. And they can see, when there are trends and when there are spikes. It's an invaluable resource, social media. And so anyway, I will be having more and more stuff I offer here to teach people that, and to teach you, things that you may never have even known about. The thing is, this stuff is fun, and all of it's fun. And if none of this sounds like fun to you, then I would tell you maybe this isn't for you. I mean, if you want to be at home and that sounds exciting, well, great. But if none of these things that I'm talking to you about sound interesting to you, then I don't know. Maybe none of these opportunities will. But again, this is a site about finding all the newest jobs, and as soon as anything new comes out, of course, I let all my subscribers know about any of the new positions on the internet. But this is really the basis of it. This is how you're going to be promoting. And again, the best part about all of this, I mean, it doesn't have to be the most fun you ever had doing this stuff, because eventually once you understand it, then guess what? You can outsource it. And I have videos on outsourcing, I have an article on outsourcing, I have plenty of stuff on outsourcing, but that's what I would suggest eventually, to put things on autopilot. But you have to know how to do them first before you can outsource, or you'll never be able to tell people what you want and how you want it. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.